Good afternoon. Hello, hello, hello.
Good,
This Hi Vanessa, how are you?
good, good. How are you? No snow on your end, I see.
No, of course not. We don't have any sunny skies, but no snow for sure. No snow. And that's
Nice. A lot of Florida got snow this year, so
yeah. Even in Pensacola, northern Florida. My gosh, it's pretty tough. Georgia, a lot of places like that, very tough. But I'm sure you guys are doing okay up there. Yeah.
in Canada it's freezing. Here in Europe, not as much, but we had some snowy days this year.
Uh,
Last year, actually, nothing in 2025.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness. Wow. I'll begin to share the screen. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough. But stay warm, stay safe, Be sure to make sure you stay safe. I see the crowd is coming in. I do like to give everyone a little bit of time, about 5 minutes, but welcome everyone. Good afternoon and welcome to, or wherever you are in this world. It could be morning where you are because people are all over the world. So, welcome to 2025, and we are here to wish you a warm welcome and to brighten your day today to see if you are ready for a great year. So, we are here with Agent Locator, who is a phenomenal tool that we all use to house and store and do our data mining, and also Successful Business Academy, which provides us with a lot of great tools. So today we're going to talk about what you have requested. Mission Q1, how to start your year the right way, and what are some of the things that you should think about. Blueprint to more sales. So, how many of us want more sales while we're waiting for people? This is interactive. So, inside of the chat, put your hands up and participate. Do you want more sales? Put your hands up. I want to see it going. Do you want more sales? Oh, look, Joanne Lewis. Okay. Yeah, okay. You want more sales? Say, yeah, I need participation. I need everyone to kind of like put their hands up. I don't speak to deaf ears. Oh, good. There we go. All right. Wake up. It's time to go. So, besides wishing you a wonderful year, we have about 55 minutes to spend today, but it's going to be the most powerful 55 minutes you've ever spent in your life. I promise that. I'll introduce myself a little bit later on as we go through the slides, but this will be a thought provoking environment. For those of you who are not aware, that I am a CPC, certified professional coach, and that provides you with an environment that is thought provoking. So I'll introduce myself a little bit later as the audience come in. I do not need, Vanessa, any participation this time around, but I definitely would like some feedback towards the end as we go through the slides. Maybe I think on slide number 2 or 3, I think I might want some feedback. I just rethought about that. Yeah, there is a guy named Young Young Pablo. Young Pablo. Young Pueblo. Young Pueblo. That we're going to have a quote from. So I need two people that feels that they are good readers and can help us to dissect about one paragraph that we're going to read. So two volunteers, Miss Benisa, would you gather two volunteers, please? Let's get started. All right. So good afternoon again. Welcome as the audience are coming in. Take a seat, get a pen and paper because you're going to get some valuable information. Some of the slides here we are providing you from the Successful Business Academy main course, which is the 90-day Business Accelerator. We're going to provide you some of the slides from that. That's going to help you to find some tools that you could use. How to win in 2025. What's your business plan? Do you have one? Do you plan to get one? Well, we recommend that you do. In today's topic, we are going to provide you a blueprint on what to do in the first quarter, January, February, March, to start rolling in a snowball effect, so much so that it becomes an avalanche of business in the quarters two and beyond. So it's very important that you pay attention to what we're talking about today. This is very valuable information. How do these things come about? Benisa, how do you come up with these topics for me to talk about? Why don't we tell them just for a moment, like, why did you choose this, Benisa? What do you think? Why did Agent Locator and the collabs came up with this topic
Because
today?
everybody needs a plan. Everybody needs a plan, and we honestly want our clients and every other agent, because I'm sure we also have agents here who are not our clients, but just a part of one of our big databases. And we, always around the end of the year, we ask people, what do we want to see more, and what do you wish you've done more? And we simply noticed the importance of having, a big business plan, having to the importance of setting goals for yourself. And what we do is we either talk to our clients, asking them what do they want to see more from us. And what we also do is we're all parts of real estate groups across Facebook, real estate communities. And we pretty much see what other agents who also may or may not have come in contact with Agents Locator want to see more in general from their providers, from their coaches. And we simply compile the best of the best.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Benisa. So you see,
Yes.
this topic is not something that we just randomly choose. It's very strategic. So you're here, you need to focus for the next 50 minutes. The cell phone that you have in your possession, put it on silent. Do not be interrupted. This is a thought provoking environment. So, in the next 60 minutes or 50 minutes, what will you discover? We're going to show you and you're going to learn what you need to be successful in 2025. We are also going to provide you with 3 self-imposing limitations that you have. You and me, we all have it. The key is to know what they are and to develop the strength to mitigate it, to counteract it, to circumvent it, to kick it outside. Call it whatever you want. You're also going to learn today what you must accomplish to be a champion. How many of us want to be a champion? Put your hands up. Do you want to be a champion? If you don't, get out of here. Just kidding. You're also going to learn what 4 basic steps to create discipline. Discipline, we're going to define discipline as the dictionary has it and in our own minds. And it's a typical word, but we're going to define it. What does it mean to you to be disciplined? You're going to ask yourself that. And then we're going to talk about 4 basic things that you can do. So you really want to stay all the way to the end, because this is very, very important. And then we're going to show you the techniques that work for top producers, people that are generating 8 million, 10 million and up in sales volume each year. If you're here and you're not doing at least 5 million, okay, in sales volume, or you're a salesperson that you don't feel like you're at your peak performance, then welcome and stay tuned. Make sure that you have a pen and paper. And finally, we are going to bring it all together with some closing remarks. And plus, I always have a bonus for you. Those of you that stick around to the last slide, I'll give you a gift. So, who am I? My name is Paul R. Atkinson, and that CPC you see there stands for Certified Professional Coach. I am here to help you and provide you with information on what you could use to increase your production. I'm the author of 2 books, one of which, my last book, is in front of you, and it's called The 5 Steps of the Sale: How to Sell and Close 99% More in Your Presentation. I'm not here to ask you to buy my book or anything at all that sort. It's just an introduction. I am a published author. I hope to write more books, and I have a couple more in mind. But right now, we're going to provide you with some tools of what you need to be successful inside of your arena. That's called sales. How do you close 99% more in your presentations? I typically find myself with the techniques and everything that I'm about to show you. I typically do find myself for the past 30 years, 3 decades, since 1993, in the top 1% nationally. I've sold cars, I've sold computers, I've sold life insurance, real estate, whatever, blah, 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 blah. So you're going to see some very valuable tools. All right, that's my introduction about myself. Thank you very much for being here. I need a volunteer. Who is the volunteer that can read? And you should have 2 people. So we're going to split it up. Vanessa, do we have 2 people or not?
We can get them for sure. Who wants to read out for us? If you just can raise your hands.
Yeah, we're going to kind of dissect it. I want the first person to read up until it says moving parts, and the second person to read
I
from
can
there.
read.
Oh, Kitwana. Hey,
I'm here.
hi, Kitwana. Thank you very much for being here. All right, so let's go ahead. Kitwana, is there a second person after Kitwana or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. So Kitwana is going to read up until it says moving parts, and then the second gentleman will go our identity. So Kitwana, please. And before we get started, everybody, pause. Everybody, everybody. Hey, hey, take a deep breath. Oh, one more. Deep breath, wherever you are. You better not be driving. Oh, relax. Open your mind. Kitwana, please read.
So much of our internal struggle comes from not embracing change. Tension decreases when we understand that change is happening at every level, from the atomic to the biological to the mental. A human being is composed of moving parts.
Our identity is no different. It is a dynamic phenomenon similar to a river flowing, moving, expanding, roaring, weaving, all the time with power and all the time with the potential to change. Do not limit yourself to a static understanding of who you are. Release your conditioned boundaries and be free.
Young Pueblo, Clarity and Connection. This is a book my daughter Erica gave me probably a year or 2 ago. A bunch of short reads, and I came across this a few days ago because I have the proclivity of reading in the morning to kind of get my day going in meditation. But Kitwana, and the gentleman, what's your name? I apologize.
My name is Moses. Moses E. Morgan.
I love Moses. Wow.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you for being here.
Of course.
Of you, ladies first, if you would like to, can you try to interpret this? What do you comprehend from this? What does this mean to you? How do you take this? And there's no right or wrong. This is a thought-provoking environment. What do you get from this? Ladies first. If anything,
Well,
you can pass.
yes. No, I won't pass. No.
Good.
I understand what it's saying here, because being open and embracing change really does make positive changes and does have a positive impact on how you face the world on a whole, with everything that's going on around you, whether it's your career or family life. If you are open to change and you remain positive about it, it's easier to handle.
Nice. So true. And Moses, what do you think?
What I can appreciate from these words is it allows you to shift kind of like the past, whatever's happened to you, to, basically evolve from that. So, whatever pain you endured, you don't have to let that drag you down. You can let go of it and ascend into higher and better states of being. Like the past doesn't define you. It's just, it's a part of the process. And I'll leave it at that. Yeah.
Well said.
Yeah.
Well said. Thank you so much. Both of
Of
you.
course.
Thank you very much. You are in, my dear friends, our audience. We are in a new year. You are like a river that's constantly flowing. You are. And you are powerful. Just look at it. You're flowing, you're moving, you're expanding, you're roaring, you're weaving. A river. Are you not? You're a
Yeah.
salesperson and you're inside of the world's top position. If you check it out, the most successful salespeople are inside of the real estate arena. And that's where you are. Your license is a multi-million dollar, even billion dollars if you want it to be, piece of paper. You're powerful. So you got to believe. Let's continue. What do you need in 2025? Let's talk about another gentleman that I read most often, Jim Rohn, author, business philosopher. To be successful, we must all work to eliminate those self-imposing limitations that are stunting our personal development. So you see, in 2024, perhaps you went through the year and there was challenges and somehow you did well. However, you feel like you had more in you to be even better. Well, that's the most important part in being a salesperson. You want to always strive each and every day to be better and better and better. Like an athlete, like the best performer. That's how you're going to succeed because this industry is very volatile and very dangerous. It'll kill you. Straight up. I tell you. Let's continue on. How do you eliminate? We talked about these three self-imposing limitations that tend to linger around us. How do you eliminate them and what are they? Let's talk about it. This is Mr. Rowan right here. First one, self-imposing limitation, procrastination. You know, you make that plan, right? Yeah, today I'm gonna make 1 hour phone call. Okay, hour before the time that you've allotted, something else comes up. Oh, let me do this. Oh, let me do that. Especially if it's a task that you don't like to do. Oh, I'm gonna knock on the door. Oh, I'm gonna mail out this. Oh, I'm going to whatever. The procrastination is there. And that's self imposing on your limitations. It's limiting you. What can you use to counteract that? What can you use to mitigate that? What can you use to circumvent that? What can you do to eradicate that? I'm going to show you just in a few more slides. The second one is blame. You know, when I was in the military, they say, hey, Petty Officer Atkinson, I made it up to a first class petty officer, E6. And, you know, a lot of leadership roles there at the E6, a lot of people. At one time, 172 people. And what I learned from the military is you must always be accountable for your own actions, even with your clients, even with your failures, even with of course, you're going to take action if you did well. But if you did not provide a great prospecting plan for a day, hey, listen, you have to be the one to say, you know what? I didn't, and I'm going to make it better. But you see, you can't pass it on to society and say, oh man, it was raining today. That's why I can't go out and make the phone call. Oh, it's raining. Oh, you know, it's too cold. I don't feel so good. No, 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 no. Self-imposing. It's limiting you. No blame. Okay? Be accountable for your own actions. And you're going to find a way by the technique that we're going to show you in a few more minutes. It's an amazing technique. Third one, excuse. We all have the proclivity to make excuses. Oh, from when we were a kid. It's a learned behavior, or maybe it's inherited, or it's, learned behavior. You're in this environment where your mom and dad or everybody else around you like, oh yeah, Johnny did it, and I couldn't do him any better because Johnny did it. Excuses, excuses, excuses. In the business world of top producing, you want to make 4 million, 6 million, 10 million, 15 million sales volume, 2 million sales volume. Oh, wait. You want to make 1 million? 1 million in sales volume? Okay. You cannot have none of these. You have to get them away from you because they're self-imposing your limitation. They are self-imposing. Very important. So, what do we need to do in the first quarter? What are some of the things that we must accomplish? There's 3 of them, and we're going to talk about them. You're going to set your goals. You got to improve your mindset, and you need to create a nuclear mind to prospect and win each day. So some of you might say, what the heck is a nuclear mind? The nuclear mind is written in both of my books, and you'll find that it's a technique that I've used for 3 decades. Even my children know this thing. It's amazing. I don't even know if my daughter Erica is here. She said she might be listening in, but she's now 33 years old. And this kid saw me probably 6, 5 years old using this technique, the nuclear mind. What is it? It's a mind-setting technique that allows you to be able to spark up motivation in your person, in you, and keep the motivation going. Can you imagine that? It's like going in the car, pressing the button on the car and starting the car. And it starts. The engine starts to run. Can you imagine if you have a tool or a system or a way to cause motivation in you to do anything, personal or professional? Anything. Imagine if there was such a system. We're going to show you just a little bit about that. Now, let's start with the first thing. Mission Q1. Number 1, you got to set your goal. So, around here, the coaches, the people that we coach, they get this. This is the sheet right here. And as a matter of fact, I did mine already. We all do it in our plan. And there's 4 things that we plan for. When you're setting your goals, they should include all 4 elements, because inside the nuclear mind, it has 4 elements. And the 4 elements are your spirituality, your family, your career, and your health. So I want you to pay attention to the screen and look. There's 4 unique places here. So what are some of the things spiritual? I'll give you an example. Well, we're not here to preach to you or to provide you with any of our religious beliefs or anything like that. Everybody has their own belief. But spiritual, some of the things you could put in this section would be something that cause you to tap into your emotions, let's just say. Emotions. Emotional stuff. Things that are like, let you feel how you feel as a human being. You need to put some goals in there. Like, for example, I am going to spend some time doing these things for people, donating some time. That's what I did. I'm going to put 1 to 2 hours this year of free time to give service to someone each month. So spiritual is something like maybe you're going to read a certain thing. Think about that. So you want to plan, and it's all going to come together. Just bear with me because this is important. But you must plan for the 4 elements. And then how often do you do that? I'm going to show you in a little bit. So the next thing is the family. Yeah, you really, as a business person, top producer, you got to plan for the family. What am I talking about? If you've got a kid, you've got to say, okay, attend my daughter's track meet. Attend my son's lacrosse game. Listen to my son plays the guitar. He's learning. Coming home and putting the darn phone down and looking in the eyes of my family and paying attention. Because you see, we're all distracted. And it's so crappy to have someone talk to you and you're not really focused. My daughters, my family, we actually look each other in the eye and we put things down and we're like engaged. It's very important because if you want to really make some money, you're going to need to have all four elements. Career. Okay, that's pretty easy. Oh, yeah, I want to write $5 million this year. I want to pay off my car. I want to do this. I want to get my GRE, blah, 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 my month on G, that, all of that. I want more listing appointments. I want to be better at this. Okay, great. Write it down. Be specific. There's not a lot of room here, so you really have to focus on what you're about to write. Finally, the last four, one of the four, is health. Focus on planning for your health. What does your health look like for this year? If you were to paint a picture and dream, take a deep breath, and you dream. It's now December 25th, 2025. Woo! Christmas party. How do you look? How do you feel? What you wearing? What did you drive over there? Did you take a Hooper? What is it? Forecast it. How do you look? How do you feel? What do you need to do? Because you have to begin with the end in mind. If you want to finish up this year looking nice and healthy, and perception becomes one's own reality. And I'm going to show you that's a tool to use to get more deals. You're going to see this in a little bit. But your health, you have to plan for it. You plan for your spirituality, you plan for your family, your career, and your health. Now, inside of the notes area right here, you could put whatever you want to put, like a theme. And for example, this year I'll share with you what I put in this section is I put I have abundance. That's my theme. I'll share it with you. I said, I have abundance. And I said, I have abundance in love because I just had a 55th birthday. So I'm feeling emotional. I said, I have abundance in money because I have some goals this year. I want to pay off a few things. I said, I have abundance in happiness and I have abundance in growth. So it's a theme. What's the theme for the year? And finally, you want to sign it. And then when you sign this goal, then I recommend that you frame it, because that's what I've been doing for about, I don't know, many years now. And I put it by where I brush my teeth. So when I brush my teeth, I'm actually looking at it in the night. How many times you brush your teeth? Probably 2, 3 times a day. Definitely 2, if not 1. And I'm looking at it. So here I go. Oh yeah, spiritual. Oh yeah. It's like June, July. It's August. I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, I wanted to make 10 million. I made it. Oh, let me think about taking a vacation. Or I look and say, oh my gosh, I wanted to lose weight. I better get on track. You got to see it to believe it. Very interesting. This technique we've been using for many, many years, at least 3 decades, I'm for sure. But I'm grateful to share it with you. So that is number 1. Number 2, what must you accomplish? Why improve your mindset? Here in Successful Business Academy, we talk about the circle of success. And the circle of success is composed of 3 dynamic parts. And you're probably wondering, 10% of the circle of success is PK. What is PK? Huh. It's not picking up kicks or anything like that. It is product knowledge. We're here to tell you, with more than 30 years as an entrepreneur, with more than 30 years in sales, with having the proclivity to be in the top 1% nationally, throughout the 30 years, product knowledge is not important. The roof, what kind of roof is it? What kind of countertop is it? What kind of carpet is this flooring? Blah, blah, blah. I could give one, you know what. However, this one, 45%, almost 50%, 45%. Mindset, your attitude towards your success, your belief in yourself, your belief that you are able to get what you manifest, what you see. My mentor, Marshall Silva, in the 1996 taught me this technique. Way back, 1996. And it works. I'm going to show you a little bit, an exercise and a technique. So, mindset is important as a salesperson. You have to create the right attitude in your persona, in your work environment. When you go and interview for a listing, or you go to show a property, or you go to give a presentation to someone, you must have the right mindset. The next thing with your circle of success is the other major thing is your selling skills. What is the selling skills? Okay, in the 5 steps of the sale, we talk about that. You have 5 unique steps. You need to build conversation with the client. You need to get them curious to hear your proposal. You need to give your proposal. You need to handle their objections, and you need to close them. And those are steps. And you cannot miss a step. The only one you could miss is objections. Because if you did number 1 and number 2 and number 3, very good. If you made a connection with them, you made them curious, and you give a great presentation, they're going to bypass number 4, which is objections. They're not going to object. They're just going to say, where do I sign? Interested. Closing 99% more in your presentations. That's what it's all about. Closing 99% more in your presentation. So number 2, you need to make sure that you can improve your mindset in the first quarter. So find a way to do that. Number 3 is you need to create a nuclear mind to prospect and win each day. And you should do the following. And these are inserts from the actual course that we're just actually stealing. We're borrowing it for a little bit just to give. Benisa, we're giving this to you from our hearts. Now, what you need to create a nuclear mind, pay attention, because this is golden nuggets right here. You need the right perception. Why? And what is perception? Okay, let me explain. When I was in the military, 1993, they put me in Camden, New Jersey. They gave me a credit card, American Express credit card, and they gave me a vehicle and obviously an office. And they said, Atkinson, go and recruit in that community. Go recruit 2 people every month and bring them into the Navy. I understood, but they said to me, listen, Atkinson, perception becomes one's own reality. When you're in that uniform, you make sure you're not going in any place that people could say, oh, look at that Navy recruiter. Perception becomes one's own reality. So is perception, people see you as a salesperson a certain way, and it's natural instinct and natural behavior, human behavior, for them to judge you or to define you. Maybe judge is a harsh word, but most of us do. But that we're going to define everything. Oh, that looks like a great person. Let me tell you something. Try this on for size. You could put on some raggedy clothes, like you look very messy, and walk into a room or walk into, let's say, a listing appointment. Walk into a listing appointment. Test it out. Your next 2 listing appointments. Put on some raggedy clothes a little bit. No, don't, don't mess it up too much. And then the next time you go, do what the next one where you're looking your best. I'm talking, you look fabulous. Because you see, dressing and professionalism is needed in order to create a nuclear mind. Not only the right perception, but you understand that people see you, so you dress and you're professional. Your words, how you put things together. You have to know that. This is what you need in the first quarter. You have to build the ability to gain trust from people. And there's a technique to that. We train on that. But think about it. Ask your broker, ask your coach, ask your mentee, mentor. How do you gain trust with people? There's a specific way to do that. The ability to read the playing field. How do you walk into a room, a listing appointment? How do you walk into a room to give a presentation and read the playing field? What does that mean? It means that you are recognizing what you're working with. Let me give you a great example. You go to a listing appointment from Mr. Johnson and Mrs. Johnson. They say, come on over, Paul. You looked at the tax roll, the legal records, and it says, John Johnson, Mary Johnson. And you're like, okay, great. You got your whole package and everything. And now you walk in the door, ding dong, ding dong. Hey, Mr. Johnson meets you at the door, shakes your hand. And you say, wow, what a beautiful house, man. It smells so good in here. And it's beautiful. What is that? You build a nice rapport. And now you sit down. Mr. Johnson says, hey, okay, Paul, I want to sell the house. And, and he wants to start the presentation. Read the playing field. Do you start the presentation? Read the playing field. No, Mrs. Johnson is not there. So you politely ask Mrs. Johnson, I'm so delighted to be here. I was expecting to see Miss Johnson. Is she coming? Because I'd really like to answer any questions that she may have. Learn how to be professional and articulate and use your brain. The ability to use association technique, mirroring technique, and what we call psychological reciprocity. These are three specific techniques that we use to get connected to a client and to get them to like us, listen to us, trust us, and believe in us. This mirroring technique is very interesting, but don't get caught using it, because if you do, you're going to break down the trust that you're building. The one, psychological reciprocity, that one is where you're giving your client benefit for their beliefs, and they become morally obligated to give you benefits for your beliefs. And it's very interesting when you go to do handling on an objection. If someone says, no, I don't think I'm going to sign right now, Remax is coming over tomorrow and then Coldwell Banker the next day. How do you handle that objection? Using psychological reciprocity. And you close it. Interesting. The right mindset, nuclear mind. And that's big, but it all flows together. All of this is needed. And then you have to practice what we're about to show. You have to practice it over and over again, because Rembrandt says, practice what you know, and it will help to make clear what now you do not know. Rembrandt. How do you develop a nuclear mind? Well, this is where you want to write this down, because this is like a golden nugget. A golden nugget from Agent Locator, a golden nugget from Successful Business Academy. You begin each day with a purpose. Do not start your day without a plan. So, you see, tonight is going to be Thursday night. Yeah? Okay. Make sure you do not go to sleep without putting together a plan with some really good prospecting activities for tomorrow. And they should begin with one thing that we're about to show you, called the PE, in a moment, because this is the winning ticket to get in the right mindset. You must also have on your calendar tasks that are balanced. Remember, we spoke earlier about these 4 things that need to be on the calendar? Because that's what the nuclear mind is. And why do you want it to be balanced? Because if you do not have balance inside of your life, the boat is going to turn over. I was a sailor, U.S. Navy, 14 years, and we know how to balance things out. I learned that, but I took it into my sales environment, and I recognized that I have to plan each. Remember, I told you earlier, I'm going to disclose this to you. When do you plan with using the four elements? Is it every quarter? Is it 6 months, once a year? No, 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 no. You plan using the four elements every day. Interesting, isn't it? Does it work? Proven technique. It works. Every day. The four elements. Here you are. So if you're going to go through tomorrow and you're going to say to yourself, all right, Paul says I got a plan for exercise. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do tomorrow? It's Friday. All right, let me just put in exercise. I don't care if it's 15 minutes or it's 5 minutes. Do something for exercise, okay? Because that will be contributing to your health. Let me just kind of slowly move through these. You have to set time for your family. Really, you should think about it because there's a universe out there that sees all of this. And when you balance, you kind of tend to drift into what we call serendipity. That's where you constantly get favors. The phone just ring. Yesterday, I received 3 new leads. 3. Look at my fingers. 3. 3. A lady named Jessica that was referred to me by Miss Murtha, who I sold 2 years ago, ready to buy a house. Got her on the phone with the lender, and she's got a PQ coming out about 350 to 400. Multiply that times 3%. Another lady called. Her mother referred her to me. Her and her fiance wants to buy. Nurse, make good money, look like about 500,000. Multiply that times 3. And then, of course, my dear friends, Alex, called yesterday, and they're ready to list the house. They said, let's do 1.5. Multiply that times 3 in one day. One day. Why do these things happen? Okay. Focus on your work. Incorporate a productive daily plan. That's career. Finally, look at what spirituality has to offer you. So I cannot break it down in this session. We have 15 minutes to go. And this is a thought-provoking environment. Your brain should be on fire because I know for a fact you've never seen any of this before. Maybe some of you who I coach that are here, perhaps you have, but most of you have not. The formula for creating a nuclear mind, here it is, and write it down because it's a gift to you. Perhaps we would never show this again unless you're in one of the courses. Check your mood meter. You ask yourself what you are feeling at that moment. So typically, the formula for the nuclear mind is when you get up in the morning and you become conscious, you would say, man, what am I feeling right now? And answer yourself. Oh, I feel bad. I'm nervous. I need the money to pay this. I'm wondering if the lady going to sign the contract. Oh my God, I wonder. I sent the contract last night. Did they sign it? Oh, am I going to get the listing appointment today? Or you might feel happy. Oh my gosh, I just closed a deal. I just made $27,000. I just made $5,000. I just made $2,000. Whatever it is, recognize it. This is the formula for the nuclear mind. The mindset that you want is you check your mood meter. After you do that, the next thing is you have to say your mantra. Your mantra is just a phrase or a word or a sound. It could be, oh. You could be in the military. We're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. We're running and we're like, whoa. It's a mantra for us. My mantra is I'm the world's greatest presenter. I'm confident. I'm compelling. So you need to create a mantra. It's not a paragraph. It's just a very short sentence or a phrase or even just one word. I'll help you. Fill in the blank. I am the world's greatest. Fill that in. Mom, sister, brother, realtor, salesman, saleswoman, fill in the blank. Doesn't matter. Make a mantra. Then after you say your mantra, you're going to regulate your thoughts because when you remember we said earlier when you imagine having a mindset where you could like just press the button or just turn the key in a car and it starts in motivation. This is it. This is it, my friends. You check your mood meter. You have to acknowledge what you're feeling and you know what it is, good or bad. And then you say your mantra. When you say your mantra, you start to regulate your thoughts because saying the mantra ignites something. And then you start to like think positive. And then what you do is you're going to gravitate towards the positive thoughts. It's like a kite. You're going to run with the positive thoughts and abandon the negative thoughts. Fan them away like flies. No negative thoughts. And then this is the key. You have to take action. And when you say take action, this is what we're going to give you. We're going to give you something that's called a PE. But remember, a mantra is a word or sound repeated to aid concentration in meditation, or a statement or slogan repeated frequently. When can you use your mantra? Anytime and every time. If you're in a listening presentation, say your mantra. They don't know you're saying it. So you can calm down and relax and use your selling skills. When can you use your mantra? When you're about to make the phone call and you're thinking nobody's going to pick up. Say your mantra and say to yourself, they're going to pick up the phone. When they come on the phone and you're trying to find out how long they want to buy, if they're working with another realtor, whatever, say your mantra and remain in the core of where you need to be. It's called the top realm. This is what we have here. You might see it on my t-shirts a lot, but let's just break it down one more time. When you look here at the formula, it says for you to, in order for you to create a nuclear mind, you need to first check your mood meter. Then you say your mantra. Then it goes to regulating your thoughts. And then finally, that equals to taking action. That means you get up out of the bed or you get forward, moving forward, whatever it is, you have to take action. Now, I'm going to show you a little bit something else. Today, I will be the master of my emotions. That's like a mantra. And that is like Ogmandino, in his book, one of my favorite books. It's The World's Greatest Salesman. I love that book. There's this 10 strolls, and this is one of the strolls. It says, today, I will be the master of my emotions. My daughter knows about a trip that I did in December, and I went to Mexico, and I spent about 4 days somewhat in solitude, and I went to cenotes, and I came back from that refreshed, and I said to my family, oh, you know what I feel? I feel like I'm the master of my emotions. Nothing can piss me off right now or even deter my peace. And that's what you need every single day, because right now we have already failed ourselves. It is about 2 p.m. and you have already failed yourself. Am I lying? Check it. In the past hours up to this point, how many negative thoughts have you ride the wave on? Driving in the car, somebody cut you off, you feel that little negative energy. Oh my God, what the hell? Beep, beep. You call someone, they don't answer, you're like, they didn't sign the contract yet. Come on, tell me. But you know what? For me, I have not had one negative thought for today as of yet. Everything is in bliss. Mission for Q1. More techniques that works for top producers. The Nuclear Mind PE stands for positive expectations. Is a tool that we use to prospect and win each day. And it could be used in your personal life with your family, or it can also be used in your professional life. And this is a gift. There's an exercise, and let's look at the slides, and then we're going to wrap this up. So, what is the PE? The positive expectation is an exercise, and here it goes. All right, and I will take a volunteer again if Moses or Kitwana can read. Is that okay? Would you like to? Are you still around?
Yeah, I'm here.
Beautiful. Go ahead, buddy. As the slides appear, would you read them for us? This is an exercise. So everybody pause. Wait a second. Hold on. Hold on. Take a deep breath. Oh, let it out. One more. Deep breath. It's an exercise. You're supposed to do this first thing in the morning before you talk to people. Go ahead, Moses. You're the man. Thank you.
Thank you. Once you're up and awake, complete the nuclear mind formula before speaking with anyone.
I showed that to you earlier.
Make a note of all the activities you have planned for the day ahead. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, let it out, and relax. Envision that your first activity, no matter what it is, will produce a positive outcome.
Let's pause there. First activity could be making a cup of coffee. First activity could be getting something to drink, brushing your teeth, having breakfast, whatever first activity is. You're going to imagine that when you drink that cup of coffee, you not only see that it's a good tasting coffee, the cream is the right mixture and everything, but you feel it. The feeling must accompany the envision. That's the secret sauce. Please continue.
Envision the next activity to deliver a positive outcome. Do this with all the activities you've listed.
So, if you have created a plan for the day, and you said that you're going to do some exercise because you got to get the health in there, then you're going to do some phone calls and some writing some ads and writing a list of appointments, making some appointments for work, whatever, that's career. And then afterwards, you're going to have dinner with the family because you got to eat at the end of the day. That's family. And then what's missing? Health. You're going to work out in the evening or take a walk around the block to get some of that food out. All four of these elements are in there. But the key is with the positive expectation, the PE exercise, you envision all of those activities to have a positive feeling and a positive outcome. But the feeling must come with it. This, my friends, is not an easy task to do. And if you don't even know how to meditate, good luck. It's be very difficult. However, if you are in need of help, we're here to help you. Reach out to Miss Benisa. She knows resources. I am here to help you, and we will provide you with the access shortly if you're interested in becoming successful. Go ahead, Moses.
Repeat this until you envision all your daily activities, no matter what they are, to produce positive outcomes. Repeat steps 1 through 7 every day for the next 90 days.
Good luck! Because discipline, thank you, Moses,
Of course.
is the next and final thing. To create discipline in 2025, first let's define discipline. What does it say here? It says that discipline is the practice of training people, or you could say it like this. Discipline is the practice of training me to obey my rules or my code of behavior, and then punishing myself if I disobey. Discipline. How will you be disciplined? What is standing in your way? And how can you follow through in first quarter of doing these things? You need to set your goals. You need to create a prospecting plan. You need to have the mindset. And how do you get all of this? How do you use your agent locator CRM to gather the leads, incubate the leads, put the leads in the right order, and tag them properly so you can get through your year? Where's the discipline? All right, we have a tip for you. Always push yourself, I said 3 to 4 times. You're going to start very, very slowly. You chip away at it. You want to take the first step and allow the remaining steps to reveal themselves to you. So to create discipline, start very, very slow. If you are going to create a plan tonight for tomorrow, whatever you're doing, just remember, you got to hit the goal 3 times for the day. When your mind says to you, and even your body. No, let's stop running. Oh, we can't go any further. Push yourself just a little bit more. Just one time. One more time. When your mind says to you, "Oh no, I need to make this phone call," and the mind says, "No, don't bother with it. Let's just save it for later." You know that procrastination? Push yourself. That's two. When your mind says, "Okay, I'm home now, and dang, I gotta follow up on this lead right here. My wife, my husband, they're looking in my face, and put down the phone and look them in the face. Push yourself, and on and on and on. So do not allow your self-esteem, your mindset to be lowered, to be deterred, to be diluted, or to be contaminated. It's very important because you have to have these techniques. And what could help you with this? Discipline building is using your mantra. If you create a mantra and you just repeat the mantra over and over again, it will help to mitigate the negative thoughts. Very powerful. Wonderful. We're at the top of the hour, and I'm so delighted. Thanks again for being here. All of you have been so wonderful. Let's wrap it up in our closing remarks. Let's bring it all together. What did we learn? We learned how to succeed in 2025 with proven techniques. We also learned that self-improving is something that you must do, right? Self-improving that you must complete. And that is you getting your mindset right and being disciplined. And then we talked about, using 4 things to chip away at being disciplined. And that's every time that you get a chance to push yourself just a little bit more. When you hear something says no, you say yes. You turn around and counteract it with a yes. Let's do it. That's what you got to say to yourself. And then we talked about the mind is your most valuable tool. Very important. All of this is very important. So let's wrap it up. Here is your access. For those of you who would like this gift, the gift is scan that QR code in the upper right-hand corner, and you will have a one-on-one coaching session with me or one of the coaches at 30 minutes, and we will just talk to you about what you're wanting to achieve or anything that you want. Now, the floor is open for about 2 minutes, 2 mics. So, Benisa, feedback? Anyone? Moses, I would like to say thank you so much for your participation. And please, I'd love to see you on a coaching call. If you want to come, I will be there personally. I look at the name. I wrote it down. Moses Morgan. Moses E. Morgan.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Yeah, just scanned your QR code now.
Good. One thing I want to tell you guys, do not scan the code and set the appointment and not show up. If for some reason you don't show up this year, I'm not taking no, you know what. I will never see you again. I'm going to boycott you like it's a boycott. No, I'm just kidding. But I don't speak on deaf ears. So if you really want to improve yourself, then scan the code. If you're not certain you want to improve yourself, leave it alone. Leave it alone. Moses, go ahead. What is your takeaway? And then Benisa, do we have anybody else in the chat that wants a takeaway? Please, the mic is open.
My biggest takeaway, if I had to say, is just the importance of your mindset for each day. And obviously the day starts at the beginning. So if you can just have a strong start, you can carry that energy and flow it out and just kind of rinse, repeat each day. Because you need to have a plan. And to succeed, if you have that plan, you just adhere to the steps, then you can more easily manifest what it is you're wanting to bring into the world. And I'd leave it at that.
Yes. And it's secret. It's the book they talk, The Secret. You're welcome, Judge. You're welcome, everyone. I see a lot of thank yous out there. But Moses, you're absolutely correct. It does work. The PE exercise is something that's worked for me and my family and the people that we coach. So try it on for size. Give it a shot. You have nothing to lose and a lot to gain. So thank you.
I appreciate you, Paul.
My pleasure.
I do have to head out, but I already booked an appointment with you. I believe it was on Monday, so you'll see that. And I look forward to speaking with you more. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care. All the best.
All right. Bye for now.
Bye for now. Anybody else? Thank you, Paul. Very refreshing, wonderful, great. Thank you, everyone, for being here. And we want to see you succeed this year. First thing you got to do is write those goals down, and you got to plan into 4 sectors: your health, your spirituality, your career, and your family. Do it, do it, do it. Go to our website, successfulbusinessacademy.org. There's amazing tools there. Look at the courses. Some of them are free, very valuable. Benisa, please, your closing remarks, or anybody else.
Just a lot of thank yous in the chat.
Yeah,
That's
see it.
it for today, Paul. Thank you so much. This was amazing, and hoping to see you next month with an
Yeah,
even better topic.
yeah, for sure. I appreciate all of you, and I must say thank you all for being here, and I wish you all the best. Until next time, we will see you real soon. Bye for now.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Thanks,
Bye bye.
everyone.